Hey, Taurus, welcome to your October 2024 message of the month. Let's get what you need to hear, see, feel, and know so that you get happy, get your next step, and enjoy the journey towards your manifestation. And for those of you who are new to me, hi, my name is Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel, medium, and a law of attraction expert. Wow, you definitely got a lot going on this month, Taurus. A lot of growth around love, a lot of growth around conflict resolution too. Um, it's about like harmoniously coming together. That's not quite right, actually. It's conflict resolution. You're learning like about conflict resolution and like rupture and repair. And like it's not letting go of perfection of yourself and others. It's kind of just recognizing that you, Taurus, have chosen a very like peaceful way of living life and a very loving, kind, caring way of like communicating, speaking. And it's like recognizing that not everyone else has that skill set. And just because they don't doesn't mean that they don't aren't as loving as you and that they don't want to love you as much as you love them. Um, it's like learning how to embrace harsh words and recognize that they're not meant harshly. But okay, let's get into the actual. That's just what all the cards were like saying. In terms of your soul level lesson this month, well, you got the vessel crossed by the weaver. So it's like, how do you remain hopeful and positively focused while others may not be as high vibe as you, while others may not be as positively focused on you? So your soul level lesson is really about like how to calibrate to yourself and your own inner being. And even when you're around people who say that's not possible, or if they just throw some shade and some negativity your way, it's, oh, interesting. That's an interesting point of attraction that they have. That's how you know you've mastered step 4, law of attraction. Step 1, you do the ask. Step 2, the universe rearranges stuff. Step 3, you receive. You either receive the item, the thing you want, or you receive the next step towards your thing. Step 4 is when you're in the synchronistic flow. It's like ask, receive, ask, receive. Or you're so focused on your preferences and you're like more calibrated to your inner being versus other people. Step 5 is vibrational contrast. How do you manifest while feeling bad? How do you navigate feeling bad in like the best feeling way you can and get right back into step 1 so that you're manifesting? So like you're really like your soul of the lesson is staying your own point of attraction, even if others around you don't even believe it's possible. And the story that's coming to mind right now to share with you, this was an Abraham Hicks workshop that I was listening to. And it was a man and a woman getting married. It was the man in the hot seat telling the story. He was like, I just had to share this incredible story about my wife. And I'm just like curious about manifestation and how all of this works. Well, she wanted so many things, and a lot of them were very expensive. And I want my wife to be happy, and it's our wedding, so I want her to enjoy it. So I paid for a lot of it, but some of it was also, oh, it's a little out of budget. He's like, yeah. He's like, once I hit like it was a high number, like 100,000, 120. He's like, I kind of told him, I was like, hey, I can't get those other things, and he said, and you wouldn't believe it, I would go to her from this point of view of like, I'm so sorry, I can't give you your dream wedding. And I was telling her, like, it can't happen. I'm sorry. And I was feeling bad. And she just would smile and go, babe, it's okay. And she would lean over, kiss my cheek, and she would just lean right back and go, I know I'm getting it. And then lo and behold, like a bonus through work came in for me for one of the things. A bonus for her came in for work for one of the things. Like a long lost family member came in and was like, "Oh my God, how did we lose touch? Let me contribute." He was like, and then the last thing she wanted movie stars there, and she really wanted Oprah Winfrey there. And I just at this point I was like blown away with what she was manifesting. So I didn't say anything, and she was just, they're gonna be there. I'm gonna meet Oprah. They're gonna be there. There's gonna be two. And wouldn't you believe it? Oprah was there at our like wedding venue and hotel, and she made sure to like walk in and made an appearance when someone said, "Oh my God, are you Oprah? So and so's getting married, and she wanted to meet you." So Oprah walked in like the procession. Um, so it's not this I got to remain so hopeful, delusional state, because that's your soul of a lesson, right? When you're being holding a positive thought and it's not going to come in, versus how do you maintain your own point of attraction and go, well, I'm getting good at this. If you don't believe me, then like, and you don't even need to say this out loud to the person, but it's like, oh, so that person doesn't believe this is possible. Okay, well, I'm not going to talk about it with them. I'll figure this out another way. Or if someone goes, hey, it just can't be done, it's so you're not the way for it to get done. Right? I saw a couple, well, all right, we'll keep, actually, it'll be a good story for you. I wanted to cure and get rid of my asthma. Any doctor I went to, they've only ever been able to like change medications or reduce and lower them. I went, okay, so they're not my solution. I went to a couple different types of healers, energy workers, slightly better, slightly better, slightly better. And I went, okay, that just means none of those were the way. They were all getting me ready for the one. And then I did. I found Teal Swan's completion process. I found the memory where I attracted asthma, and that's how I knew I could heal it because I wasn't born with it. It developed when I was 2. I found the memory, healed it, and the next day I've never needed another asthma med. It's so you're learning how to, when am I just being like thinking positively and hopeful and it doesn't come in versus how do I maintain that I'm just happier than other people and like having a good life and having fun and that I do have a more positively focused life than others, therefore better successful things around you. Maintaining your own point of attraction, even when naysayers are there in front of you. Like think of Edison, think of Elon Musk. There was old interviews of Elon Musk I watched where he was like, yeah, he's like, actually all of my mentors when I started SpaceX told me it wasn't possible. He was like, and it actually is like it hurt a lot to hear them say that they don't, number one, think it's possible, that they don't think I can do it. And like, look at him. Okay, so in terms of your day to day, it's wow, there's something about maintaining your independence from like others. Like, I don't want to talk to others because I don't want to lower my vibe. But also, you're also at a point, I actually want to call it like a breaking point where it's like I need to let people in though. Like, I can't do this like isolation, high vibe manifesting thing. So the day to day is like when you start to feel yourself get a little guarded, you got to ask yourself, are you feeling guarded because your intuition is like tensing up and telling you not to go there? Or is it I feel afraid of this messing with my vibes and my manifestations, in which case that's the personal work. That's the, oh wait, I got to release the fear because the fear I'm holding on to is what's blocking my manifestation, not the other person. Um, so that's just what you're going to have to balance. And it's kind of like sometimes when people get into relationships and they've had trauma, they're like, was it me or was it them? Well, the only way to know is if you get a little triggered or upset, set aside the time to do the inner child meditation or the age regression meditation, clear that up first. Make sure you're doing your everyday 15-minute meditation just to kind of keep a baseline mental sanity check, right? And a baseline tapped into your own inner being. And then like if that clears it up, then you know it was something from your past. If that doesn't clear it up, then it's like you'll at least be more calm and anything from the past won't be charging. So it could be like, hey, like that actually wasn't cool what you did, you know? Okay, so that's your soul level lesson and your human level lesson for this month. Looks like in the recent past, you're having like a bit of a grounding and like this really like I want to focus in on like home, a little bit of community, but you're recognizing that like community doesn't necessarily mean family and that person who will like fly out to see you if you get in the hospital. So it's like you're really starting to become like discerning of who you allow into your life. And because you're at a place of really wanting to like create a home for yourself. In terms of right now, um, in terms of right now, I don't want to use the word chaotic. I want to use the word that it just seems like the universe is throwing a lot of stuff your way and a lot of stuff at you. And it just feels like there's a lot to sort through. It almost seems like there's inbound attention as one of the examples. And like some of them, you don't even want the inbound attention. Some of them you're feeling a little defensive on. And it kind of like just feels a little overwhelming for like who to put your focus on in the exact moment. Can you give us some advice cards for that one though? Because that's kind of, oh, wow, interesting. It's not, okay. just to like help you focus on like who to focus your energy on. You're not looking for those people where you get this like instant like whoo, like this instant burst of energy when you talk to them, that you like get the instant burst when you talk to them and then it drops. No. Nor are you looking for people where there's like oh, this person's clear, this person's solid, I can 100% trust them, right? Because you still need that like soul level connection and that little, yeah, we have these things in common. You don't want to like play it safe, you know? And it's not even necessarily someone who could teach you something and add value to your life. It's the people who that even if there's like emotions that go up and down, high vibe and low vibe, your soul feels good just having like, damn, even if I don't talk to them again for like a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, I'm so glad they reached out. Those are the people who are worth your time. I'm Taurus, you got a comment. This is a very curious read. In terms of going into the future, well, looks like in the future, it looks like you got a lot of good things coming for you, and I do see monetary success for you. So it is making you like want to protect yourself more and like be a little selective of who you share good stuff with, like money, gifts, vacations, or whatever. Um, Because it looks like in your past, you were friends with a lot of people who like you inspire. They're like, "Oh my god, you got that? I want that." So you, "Oh, okay, I'll teach you. I'll get you the juicy good vibes." But now it's just more about people. Okay, let me just. It's people who can just embrace it and be like, "That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Like, go you." Um, and it's not that you're not going to share your knowledge with people, but it's that you're going to feel their intent is just to like celebrate you instead of teach me how to be like you. If it's like a that's fucking awesome, one of these days you're gonna have to teach me that versus what? I wanna learn. I'm your good friend. Teach me. Right. That's like a person who's just like a pump up girl. They're like pumping you up. Um, Gosh, you got Taurus. This is a big month of a lot of discernment for you. Um, just and it makes sense when you get successful and you start to get like flashy toys, like or a lot of success, or when you go around talk like me, it's more like when it's talk about like, "Oh, yeah, like, I don't have to wake up to an alarm clock." They're like, "Oh, that must be nice." I'm like, "Ooh, don't share that good news with them," you know? Or like during the pandemic, I kinda stayed out in the forest and, like, did bonfires every night. They're like, "That must have been nice. Must be nice not to have to work hard." So, it's kind of like it's just like your overall this, like, turning point of, like, stepping into where you're allowing all the areas of your life to be good and like you're kind of like hitting like the little resistance point you're hitting is you used to think like why aren't those people who've got it figured out sharing their knowledge with us, why aren't they helping us? And it's like the resistance is you don't want to admit that you're like, oh well, I don't like want to hang out with them at low vibe. And it's like so it's like recognizing that it's okay to be selfish and it's okay to have hit a point in your life where you kind of do only want to hang out with people who are also very successful and also doing well in life. So it's just that last little grapple of I think one, you guys need awareness that that's what you're grappling with, and two, kind of like being okay with like, you know what, I do just want peaceful Sundays, and I'm not gonna necessarily post my juicy, good, wealthy stuff or good vibe stuff to inspire people on my Instagram. I'm just gonna like enjoy with the people I'm with, or maybe call a few good people that I'm with. Because you just want like more peaceful and harmony, and you just don't want like a lot of inbound attention of people like asking for help is the best way I can word it. Okay, in terms of your personal power this month, ooh, this is so interesting. Oh, I'm in conversations with the Taurus right now. Ah, Taurus, I swear I'm just reading the cards. Your personal power this month is like not to turn your back on the past. All right. Give some more cards there. Oh, because there'll be a lot of emotional fulfillment if you don't. And the Three of Embers and the Fighter. It's like, okay, the different. So I'm gonna like cry. This is so personal to me right now. People, the person or people from your past, they'd be willing to fight for you and like defend you, and like Like, they'd be the people who would fly to meet you. They'd be people who are like, "You're going to court, I'm going there with you just to emotionally support you." Even though they're not there for, like, the day-to-day stuff per se, they're there for the bigger stuff, and there's just gonna be so much more, like you got the 10 of lotuses, that's that emotional fulfillment card. The 6 of trees is reversed, so that means you're not thinking positively on the past person, but it's like, don't turn your back on it because once you, like, get through the rocky waters, there's gonna be a lot of emotional fulfillment, and there's just gonna be a lot of, like, celebration and cheer, and it's like it's almost the best way I can describe it is like the, "Hey, do you wanna go do this adventurous thing? Hey, do you wanna go do this high vibe thing? Hey, do you wanna go do this fun thing?" Like, that's gonna be possible with someone from your past that isn't necessarily possible with the good, loving, juicy people you got in your life now. Yeah, because whoever's from your past, their money's gonna be going up soon too. And I'm hearing spirit say you're just like there's a little bit unaware of from your end about how like depressed the other person was and why they couldn't be there for you for a while. Okay, in terms of other people's influence right now, honestly, you're just feeling confused because of the sheer raw amount of people reaching out to you. And I'm kind of feeling called to share this story. There Even though, like, I'm like I develop new friendships, and sometimes there's new people who move to my city that are like, "Oh my god, let's hang out." They have that good vibe. They're like, "What? Do you need help? Let me come help you." That doesn't mean that after they get to know you, your political views, your success, that they'll then still be your friend, you know? And then one person actually did ask me like, "Hey, I've been thinking about being a life coach, as well as trying to develop my spiritual skills. Can we meet up?" I'm like, I mean, I do it as a business, and it's like and I just told him, I was like, I'd really love to help you with that. And that is exactly why I go live free every Tuesday at this time at this location." And I even texted them the link. I was like, "Come there, ask your questions." Like, many people have started their life coaching business just from watching my free lives. Guess who didn't show up? So they didn't really want it. If someone was willing to give them their free time and focus on them and like give them that attention, that validation, that I'm here to help you, I'm here to help you settle in, they soak up that someone's focusing on me and loving me, right? And that's like the difference. Even though, well, I think that story is going to help you guys. She said she wanted the help, but then she didn't show up when I showed her how I can help her and when I can. Um, so that's why it's not always about who's like the highest vibe in the exact moment. But okay, in terms of your hopes or fears for this month, well, hmm, your hopes or fears are you just really want to be investing your time and energy in relationships that can go the distance, that can go longevity. And like you don't want to put all this time, energy, and effort into nurturing people and then to like fall off and then like be alone when you're older. Um, yeah, so you just really want to make sure that you're investing your juicy good love into relationships that are like worth it and can go the distance. Okay, in terms of your outcome, wow, hold on, let me look at that card. You're moving forward. It, I'm gonna say your outcome is that it feels like a whirlwind of being thrusted forward. So I would say like last closing final advice would be this is gonna be a month of like change of your discernment and choosing who and how you invest your time with. It's also gonna feel like a whirlwind of propelling you forward, because I do see financial gain for you. Um, it's not gonna like you're not gonna complete a cycle this month, so it's gonna like the 4 moon's gonna keep going probably for the next couple months, I'd imagine. Tune in next month to find out. There's more that card wants to say, I'm trying to tune into it. It's just like this path you're taking is gonna feel like you're entering the unknown because there is no, like, mentor to guide you right now per se. in terms of like a human who's been through it before to guide you, yes, no to that person, yes to this person, invest in that, don't invest in that. Like there's no one person who could answer every little single thing for you. So it's your life is really dispersing with I go to this person for that, I go to this person for that. So it's recognizing that some of the chaos, some of the turbulence you might be feeling right now is not necessarily about the other person and bad feelings, but it's like, oh wow, you're really coming into your own. And it's like, nope, I actually don't want to spend my time here. Or so it's some of the turbulence is like you're not used to feeling this confident. All right, Taurus, I hope that reading helped. Give me some questions, give me some comments, give me some thumbs up if you liked it. I do have a workshop coming up. The October workshop is October 26th. I will try to leave a link for it down below. But I really hope this reading helped you, Taurus. Tune in. I go live and channel a daily message from the spirits Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And I go live for free Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time in my Facebook and Instagram. So those are all the ways that we can connect more if you don't want to come to the workshop. But lots of love, Taurus. Bye.